you guys, to another show of A Conversation versus Controversy. I'm your host, Catherine Williams. I have my boy with me, Marcus Young. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, Marcus?
My name is Marcus Young, and I'm a Texas artist.
And we will be getting more into what type of artist he is later in the show. But let's jump also into our discussion. On today's show, we'll be talking about, can you be pro-black and date outside the black race? So that's going to be a topic I cannot wait to dive in. Marcus is ready to talk about that topic as well. And then we'll also talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce being come for on Twitter. Y'all, this weekend, they were not having it with this Tiffany & Company ad that Beyonce and Jay-Z had. And I cannot wait to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about Boosie Badazz standing his ground against the gay community. Oh my God, we have a show for you guys today, so make sure you tap in and keep it locked because we'll be back after this commercial. All right, you guys, welcome back to Conversation versus Controversy. Again, I'm your host, Catherine Williams. I got my boy with me, Marcus Young. As he said, he's a local artist from Dallas. But as you guys saw, that was a clip from Beyonce's and Jay-Z's Tiffany & Company's ad that they just did this weekend. And the artist that they decided to use work was behind them. Now, Marcus is familiar with this artist. Would you like to tell us what you know about the artist? Michael, was it Jean-Michel Basquiat? Yes. Yeah. I was struggling with that name, y'all, but Marcus had to help me get through that.
Well, I don't know much on Basquiat. I just know he died in '88.
Yeah.
Overdose. Artist from New York.
Right.
Yes, he's from New York. And
but you were telling me you didn't care for his work.
No, I didn't.
What would be the difference between his work and your work before I give you guys a little bit more information about him?
Well, my work is more of a silhouette,
right.
old-fashioned, especially like fashion illustrations.
Okay.
You can hang up anywhere. That's what I like to say. But I wasn't a fan of. I'm not a huge fan of Basquiat, and I know that's taboo to say. I'm just not a fan of this.
Not really. As you guys see, this is some of his work. Something like that I was telling Marcus. I think this piece was more so chosen because it does have the Tiffany & Company colors. You know, I think that's probably why they chose this piece. But a lot of his fans were upset because their thing was his work does not coincide with what Tiffany & Company stands for. But as me and Marcus was talking earlier, my thing was considering the facts of Beyonce being who she is and Jay-Z being very calculated and the businessman that he is, I kind of understand it. You know, Basquiat, to me, his work represented the time. Like he said, Marcus said he passed in the 80s, in 88 actually to be exact. And at the time, and he's from New York, so at the time, a lot of what he saw in his community, I'm sure, was the drugs, you know, the war on drugs, the crack epidemic. And along with that, he also got to see a lot of people in his environment with financial security, and I'm speaking more so of the drug dealers, the Renaissance men, and that was more so in that time. So I could see how Beyonce and Jay-Z would want to tie the two together. As far as your work, like you said, your work is more silhouette.
I don't understand the controversy. Like, what is the
I
controversy?
think what
Please
his
tell-
fans, their thing is what his work stood for. It should not have been weighted because this piece hasn't been seen. This is a never before seen piece.
So they're mad about that.
I'm assuming so, but I don't get it neither because my thing is Beyonce and Jay-Z did what they were supposed to do for this black artist, and they brought awareness to it, and then I guess collaborating this piece with Tiffany and Company, which we know is a very prestige jeweler company. I think that was really dope. To me, in my opinion, because what it does is bring awareness to this artist. Like we said, he passed in the 80s. So no one really is that familiar with him unless you're really into art. But if you're a Jay-Z and Beyonce fan and also a fan of Tiffany and Company, now you're aware of him.
Jay-Z speaks about him in his
He does. And he also wore shirts with him. He wears a lot of material with him on it. So it's not like it's unheard of for Jay-Z to be a fan of him. And we also know that Beyonce and Jay-Z are collectors of art pieces, and so I appreciate them sharing a piece with us.
I just don't understand the controversy over it.
Well, I think at this point, we kind of know that you cannot satisfy anybody in this generation. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Probably started on Twitter.
Of course, it started on Twitter, and Twitter is like so good for controversy. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. But the next person that's huge on controversy right now is Boosie Badass, y'all. I'm not sure if you've been following him, but Boosie went to Breakfast Club to defend himself. And while on the Breakfast Club, he wanted to defend the heterosexual and preserve the black family. That is what I got from what he was saying. But again, Boosie Badass being the same type of artist as DaBaby, a lot of times they cannot articulate for themselves. So their stuff get all caught up. We have a clip for you guys, but
yeah, play the clip because I've never seen this. I've never seen it.
It's Boosie Badass on the Breakfast Club. Part of what he was saying was he doesn't like Lil Nas X, and if he runs into him, he's definitely fighting him. So,
all right, see,
yeah, and Charlamagne the guy, he raised some great points though. Charlamagne raised a lot of great points, and so that was something that I enjoyed hearing because Charlamagne always plays a great devil's advocate.
Oh yeah, he's good at playing that role.
He is, and I think that he really carries the show. So that is something
he does.
Like that is something that I really
they need to pay that man. They need to keep him on.
Well, I mean, obviously they trying to keep him on because. Sorry. Obviously, they're trying to keep him on because he definitely carries the show. I'm not sure too much about Angela Yee because I don't really follow her, but I definitely like Charlamagne, and I feel like Envy. He does, like he doesn't do a lot for me, but he does what he's supposed to do. But at any rate, I wanted to connect.
I'm not a fan of the Breakfast Club.
Why not?
They're all just one-sided. They're not open-minded.
I guess I could see that. I feel like Charlamagne carries the open-mindedness piece. And I feel like a lot of that is part of his controversial character.
Yeah. Is there a such thing as too pro-black?
You think Charlamagne is?
I think all of them may be too woke. I think there's a thing like...
I really don't get that from Angela because she don't say a lot. She don't say a lot. She don't do a lot for me.
It's empty up there. That's why.
And that's the main thing I hate about her representing for the women. But we're definitely because I just don't see it. Another thing that I wanted to tie into the Boosie thing is Boosie definitely said that his biggest thing is he does not like the heterosexuals being able to no longer have a freedom of speech. Right. And I agree with that because it's like at any rate, you cannot say anything about the gay community without someone calling you homophobic. Yeah. And if you try to have more of a heterosexual pride, it's like, oh, you're doing too much. But we're not. We want to be just as proud as y'all. I don't see the problem. Look.
You'll get in trouble for that.
I'm always gonna get in trouble because I like to stir the pot. But
so where's the clip at?
I don't know. Like we didn't get the clip apparently. But if you guys follow me on my Instagram, you can definitely see it. And then make sure you guys are following me on my handles. I'm at the Catherine Williams on Instagram. So make sure you guys do check me out. Another thing that we want to cascade into is the FDA approves the COVID vaccine. So what do you feel about that?
Not the COVID vaccine?
Yeah, because I remember the argument was no one wanted to get it because it was not FDA approved. Now I'm feeling like I need a new excuse. No,
Well, I don't have an excuse.
other than you just not doing it.
I just don't want it.
I mean,
I don't think I need it.
I agree.
If I made it this, look, I just think I just don't need it. I believe I just don't need it.
but why? Because that's what they asked.
Okay, I'm young. Well, statistically, it shows that the young, healthy people, they're prone to not die from COVID, and if anything, we become asymptomatic.
Okay.
I've never had COVID. I done had several tests already, but I've never had it. And I'm just not scared of the virus like that. I'm just not scared of it. And they're pushing a vaccine really hard on us. The only thing that I'm really not comfortable with these continuing lockdowns.
Right.
These passports, or these COVID passports.
The vaccination cards.
The vaccination cards,
Definitely a violation of our rights.
And it's becoming, in New York, it doesn't matter if your doctor says that you can't take the vaccine.
Right. They're still trying to force it on people.
They're still going to try to bar you from restaurants, indoor dining, and we're creating classism, especially as second-class citizens who haven't taken the vaccine. Maybe because it's their choice, they don't want to take it, or real medical reasons, and I don't think that's fair. It's not fair, and the government has overreached its boundaries again. And people need to understand. I'll try to tell people, when the government implements something, they don't give it back. They don't give the power back.
They
to the
definitely
people.
do not give it for free.
They don't. And I was telling my friends when these lockdowns started to happen, I was like, they're going to continue this. And it was like, oh no, we'll open up in summer.
And I remember you saying that last year when you were in Cali.
Yeah,
like
they're going to continue this because when the government does not give back its power.
Mm-mm. And that's something that's scary.
Have to take it back.
Well, one thing that I don't like about the vaccination is that, like, more so the direction you're going in is we no longer have the freedom of choice. And that is something that I'm really been paying attention to that makes me nervous about my community. And when I say my community, I'm speaking of the Black community, is how easy we are to give away our rights without questioning the government. And it's like, have we not been guinea pigs before? Like, have we not been used for experiments? Have we not been the ones that's the butt of the joke? And one thing about it, I think your friend Barry said it earlier when we were discussing it, is anything that is good for us, Black people will not be the first ones to get it. We will actually be the last ones to receive it, especially when it's free.
Yeah, you got to bring him on the show, by the way.
He's definitely coming on the show, but that's for another day because he's going to probably dive in way deep and maybe even get my show canceled because Barry is not playing games.
Shout out to BP
He's
Money.
very pro-Black, and I love him for that.
BP Money does
Do
not
you
play
hear
around.
me? But the next segment in our show is I know you lying. I know. I've been single for a few weeks. Look, and one of the things that I've been noticing is on the dating scene, as you guys, you can read it. I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys. So here's the background. I went on a date with a lady a couple weekends ago. Unfortunately, I had car troubles and wasn't able to drive. I did tell her, and she was cool, and she would drive, said she would drive. On the way out to the date, we stopped at the gas station. She asked if I would get out and pay and pump gas for her because she didn't want to. I told her no, because it's not my car and not my responsibility to pump her gas. Was I wrong? Are men still pumping gas for grown-ass, able-bodied women in 2021? He said he hasn't heard from her since the date. And he's like, that's fine. Because to me, that was another example of entitlement. Because I think females have, I hate when men use the word females. I think that females have the mindset that expect you to beg them to take them out and on a date that you are expected to pay for. Get the F out of here. I don't agree with it, nor am I doing it. I don't beg anyone. Am I wrong for this thought process as well? So I'm in a room with 3 men. And I'm going to just reserve my opinion for last. Marcus, who was wrong, right or wrong in that situation? They went on a date. He didn't have a car. She asked him to pick her up. She did pick him up. She stopped at the gas station and asked him to pay, and they were going to be on their way, but he didn't feel that. Who was wrong?
I don't know. Now, can I be honest with you?
I want you to be completely honest because I want to know. Because I know I'm about to be honest.
Okay. Wait, read that again.
So they went on a date.
Okay, because
he did not have a car. He asked her could she pick him up. She was cool with that.
Okay.
On their way to the date, she needed gas. She asked him could he get out and pump the gas and also pay. He said he didn't agree with neither of them because she's a grown-ass able woman. That's what I read. And he felt that she's also entitled, and that's the mindset, and he just doesn't feel like he needs to beg for her attention or anything.
Okay, so, I mean...
Tread lightly.
He has...
No.
I mean, he has a choice to feel some kind of way, right?
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion and what they feel. And they're valid in their feelings.
Was it kind of like douchebaggery? Yeah.
Definitely not a gentleman. Definitely not a gentleman. And I see why you're single.
Who
Him.
About me? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, damn, let's start roasting right now.
No.
So, man, funny.
No.
We got to play cut.
No. Shut up. Look, but who was wrong? Was she wrong for asking him to pump and pay?
Nah. She wasn't wrong. And but if he feels that he doesn't have to do that, then that's his prerogative.
Right.
So they're probably just not gonna mesh well in a relationship.
Definitely not.
So.
I mean, I'm gonna start it off with I see why you don't have a car. I see why, sir. And that's why your ass need a ride. And
I think it's subliminal.
Because, and honestly, at this age, we just cannot, ladies, no more do the picking them up. We just can't do that. If you don't got a car to get to the date, then we good. Because guess what? But that's different. It's not a date.
Oh yeah, you doing?
And I want my gas money.
I'll get you next time you get paid.
Look, hey, we got a ladies. We have to start letting them know I need my gas money. Okay, sir? Because gas is almost $3. Right. And that was the first thing my question was. How far does she have to go to pick you up? Because, nigga, if I have to drive 30 minutes to you and 30 minutes back to my house and go to the restaurant, like, bro.
Yeah,
the least you could do was actually offer,
like at least pump and give the gas. Yeah, that's
I mean, sure. The least you could do would offer, like, and that would just because even when friends take me somewhere, I still offer. Like, I just think that that's the courteous thing to do because, and then I hate gas money. Like, I even hate that because that is not enough money that you're putting in my tank to take you from A to Z. Like, it's not the same. Not saying that everybody's supposed to fill somebody's tank up, but there is no benefit to me picking you up and taking you somewhere and you giving me $5 or $10. Like, that is, I honestly back probably wasted gas. Yeah, but we're not back in the day. And that's the reality. We're not back in the day. And what I'm hearing is an entitled ass nigga. That's what I'm hearing because you don't feel you want her to pick you up in her car because you don't have one. And then you mad because you got to pay for the date, which to me is some simp shit. Like, that is your job, sir, as a man that you're supposed to provide.
You think that's an entitled ass nigga?
Hell yeah. Because you just asked me to pick you up and use my air and my gas, and then you going to be mad because I asked you to pump?
I see sorry ass nigga on that.
I agree. A sorry ass nigga. Cause like you all the way wrong. I don't care what nobody tried to tell you to justify your actions, and that's part of the problem. We try to justify a lot of this dumb shit.
Have to see him again.
And that is the beauty. And I bet sis was probably super happy for that date to end.
Have to see him again.
And honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. That's how women end up taking advantage on dates. Because little shit like that be piling up. And so I'm pretty sure sis sat down and was like, you know what? I'm about to order some shit I would never even order just so I can show his ass we not doing that. On
the flip side, maybe he done been burned. That's why he acting like that.
Obviously, he has been burned. His ass ain't got no car. Yeah, like you can't tell nobody they entitled when they doing something for you. I did you a favor. I picked you up for a date that you probably didn't even invite me to. I probably had to throw it out there that I even needed a date for our relationship to even move further. And on this same date, can you pick me up? But I don't got no gas money, and I sure ain't about to pump your gas because you an able woman. And your ass is able enough to go get you a damn car, too, the next time you want to take somebody on a date. That's what I would have told him. Your priorities in the wrong place. For you need to get a car before you want to take somebody on a date.
Catherine, you okay?
No, because I'm tired of men being simps. I'm tired of, especially, and I can only talk about black men because that's the experience I've had. I'm tired of black men.
Wait, you done dated a white man?
No, I haven't. I've talked to white guys.
Okay.
Not dated.
Okay.
Fact check, I'm pro-black. Okay.
That doesn't.
All right, y'all. I want y'all to check out this video about a local artist from Dallas. His name is Said Dula. He's actually one of my favorite artists right now in Dallas, and this is over a Mo3 freestyle. So keep it locked, tap in, because we'll be back with more of a conversation versus controversy with me as your host, Catherine Williams.
Willie, make hit.
Mixing up a 2-liter, I feel so crucial. Blocked from social media, I feel like Boost. They lock my brother killer up, but I still might shoot him. They ain't known what I'm on, cause they ain't real like Dula. Little nigga, throwing fists from the bricks, toting sticks. I was messed up before COVID hit. Don't make a nigga come smoke your click. Nigga snake that, you better watch the ones you roll with. Shout out to the boo, cuz I be on some NOLA shit. Riding around Dallas with a Louisiana license plate. Stirring the op down like, ooh, he finna die today. Show him how I operate. BG gonna get the cake. I open this bitch up on Sunday, cause I ain't Chick-fil-A. Might rob that bitch, cause I still gotta eat, boy. 415 J's, nigga. Live by the streets, boy. He still might plea, boy. When he feel my heat, boy. Might go compromising, cause I'm a real life street star. Free that nigga Gunner. He was low key about to kill him. It was me, him, Josh Drake. Bodie out them trenches. Can't incriminate myself, cause I was gon' speak about them villains. They scared to come outside. Yeah, OG Bobby Billions. I told he about my niggas. They like he be so hell. I love a project bitch that feed me Rotel. Had this whole name Laquita and she eat me so well. But don't play this song around me, cause it's 3G4L. Yeah, Dre 3, Raw Lee. Can't forget C Drugs, Fat Al, Lil Sweeney. I barely can't keep up. Mama Gwen, Spanky Blood, Fifi and Bubba 2. Got me strapped up for no reason. I don't know what to do. Niggas say we beefing, my ass must be vegan. I started jumping off, I act bad for no reason. I mask up and teach them. In my past I was a demon. 2 bodies on my background, I had to fucking teach them. God forgive my sins, but I was thugging back at Cove Apartments, Junction Days, Moonlight. Badass, so retarded. Free my cousin Larry, man, y'all know my family go the hardest. Lonely at 3, I jam that broken love when I be broken hearted. Lost the Bobby right on the block. Still broken hearted, just was with him in the Rose months. I let him tote the 40. Lost Spaz and Steve at the 4. I had my soldiers marching, had me feeling like Carly Rae. I don't want no more parties. Living life paid in full, so I had to pay it for it. Fuck around and think I'm King Von with all these crazy stories. Always been in charge, big captain, but my soldiers died. When you got snakes on your plane, you'll be like Kobe Bryant. The way I blaze shit is like you smoke weed daily. My granny said, bless him, Lord, you know he crazy. Chased his ass from Hatchet to the police station. Bitch, I'm like an oven, how I told 380s. Took my nigga got it, that's what got me mad. Aiming at these niggas' head like a ID badge. That's a body bag. Gonna finish this nigga. When you're done, clean them up. Go to Trent in the river. If the feds do a sweep, you better not mention the pistol. If they get me out the streets, I'ma give them the issue. I can see me right now in the interrogation room. Flipping all this shit over, bitch, you scared, make you move. Tase my little ass, then it led to breaking news. Cutthroat, for sure, cause said hate to lose. The feds gon' make a move, I'ma spark my 9. Cause I done lost my mind. And you know I gotta let it spray. Make them run like a election day. Or them Ursas up in church with the collection plate. Make them shed a couple tears like it's their wedding day. Or get them in their sleep like Freddy Krueger. But fuck that, cause bitch, I'm saying Dula. And one Superman the Lex Luthor.
Hey, I wanted to share this new spot I found in Duncanville. It was established in 2019, but I just found out about it, and it's actually right across the street from me. It's located at 111 South Cedar Ridge Drive, Suite 135. I love the ambiance. They actually have a point system so you can keep track of your orders that you've made. And if you're trying to kick off a health journey, this would be the place to start. So make sure you guys go and check them out and tell them I sent you. All right, y'all, we are back. This is a conversation versus controversy. Again, I'm your host, Catherine Williams. This is my boy, Marcus Young. The artist y'all just heard, his name is Said Dula. He's Dallas, Texas, #1 DJ, period. He is my little brother, so I love him so, so much. And as you saw, that was a freestyle over Mo3's, the late Mo3's beat. And so I'm so proud of him. Now, but if you guys are living under a rock, you probably missed that. Aside from COVID, the new thing that's killing black people is this thing called the Crate Challenge. Right there, you guys, is the Crate Challenge. And oh my God, y'all, it's so cringeworthy. It is so cringeworthy to watch because these people are really busting their ass, y'all. And it's just like, damn. Like, well, you know what? I'm going to see if he can go ahead and show y'all the full video. So, and we'll be back, y'all. Check this out. Would you do that? But that's the thing. A lot of people are putting money on it, and that's why people are trying to do it. Because apparently, like a lot of the neighborhood people are doing like 500. Boosie has 5,000. If you can make it across this Crate Challenge. His is a little bit, his way worse. His is, but I'm gonna say this though, with that Crate Challenge right there, that it should always look. I would never do that one where it's the two when you get to the top, because first of all, crates are not stable, and y'all, that shit, people can break their neck. Y'all listen to this man. People really can break their neck. That is so crazy to me that is what our focus is on. I know that we're a multifaceted, culture, and we can focus on a number of things, but this alone is just something that I don't think I would try unless I was at Boosie house trying to get that 5.
I don't know. You know what? I don't think
I mean, I'm here for it.
See, he
didn't want to be seen. Yeah, I don't blame him. I would probably do some stuff like that. Like, I ain't trying to be seen. But he made it.
Insurance company.
And then, y'all, so a lot of people are asking, where are they even getting these crates from?
The cops know
Exactly. For people that do not know, you can find these crates behind your local Fiesta or Walmart. Now, I'm going to say this because Walmart look like they started charging 99 cents for theirs. So they may not be behind it anymore.
Walmart but raise the price, baby.
Oh, you already know. Walmart said we got to make some money. That is their goal. I like that sis right here got all the way dressed up. Sis said she an astronaut. Oh no, the way sis doing it, I don't think she gonna fall. Sis said y'all got me messed up.
Oh, she did it. Okay.
I should be laughing, but I definitely want to see that video. I'm gonna say this though, that Crate Challenge is more of a mental thing. It's definitely one of those things that once you see certain people make it, you like, I can do that. Because that is really how I've been feeling. Like, I can do that shit. I can do it. If somebody does one in Dallas, I would probably show up. I don't know if I tried, depending on how their crates look, but I would definitely probably show up.
Right, I got a few homies that work in the back of the warehouse, so
I'm pretty sure they asses at work right now trying to do it. About to get sued and fired. Like, oh my God. So this Friday, y'all, Jordan Peele will be releasing his movie Candyman. Was the remake of Candyman. And for those of you that are not familiar with Jordan Peele, he is known for Us and Get Out. And what's the other one? I forgot.
Us.
But as you guys can see, if you say Candyman 5 times into your microphone, it unlocks the final trailer of the movie. Who out there is willing to do it? I'm going to do it right now, y'all, on air. I'm playing because I'm scared of this shit. I would not. I'm not playing with Candyman.
You can do it. He going to kill you.
Yeah, no. I got to go home alone. I'm good.
One Candyman love with that white lady.
Was he? I never seen the movie. I seen glimpses of it because hell no, I don't do scary movies. I do not do scary movies. I can't even watch it. And no,
Bloody Mary,
no, I don't do scary under no circumstances. Yeah. But as I was saying, it's a remake from the director and producer Jordan Peele, and I love that today's topic is: can you be pro-black and date outside your race? Because Jordan Peele, in fact, is pro-black, and he is married to a white woman, and I'm saying that to say, a lot of Jordan Peele's work to me is always interesting because it's almost like he's trying to remind us to stay woke about white people. And so it's so funny because he is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan Peele. But we can definitely jump into our question.
Can you be
very
pro-black
serious
with the companion of a different race?
And y'all, this is actually a question that Cam posted about 2 years ago, right? I think. And so it's interesting that it came back up on my TikTok. And that's why I wanted to bring it up.
3 years old. You know what? Times have changed on these race relations right now in America, so you may need to update that question.
Why?
All those answers were 3 years ago.
I mean, yeah. But a lot of them, it's always going to be a split decision. And I'm going to say this. Again. I'm going to say this. I think that it's always going to be a split. I did ask, but I didn't ask in a public forum because I don't know. I wanted to post it here. They need to tune in if they want to chime in. Tap in. Okay. No, but what we're going to talk about is after 30 years of marriage, Dale and Sonya Curry are filing for a divorce. And it's very Steph Curry parents.
What?
Yeah, man. And what's crazy is Black Twitter, the black men on Twitter are letting him know, hey, Mr. Curry, Mr. Dale, it ain't nothing out here. Look, and she look good. So she ain't going to have a problem getting somebody. He need to be worried. But I honestly...
he ain't have a problem either.
You right, he got money. You sure right, man. Them young girls out there waiting on you, Mr. Dale Curry. They like, oh, ain't you Steph and Stephen Curry, daddy?
All right. All right, continue with talking about these folks' business. What? They're filing for divorce.
No, they are filing for a divorce. And I mean, that was it. Like, we don't have any more details on them. Other than Black Twitter is telling him that he needs to stay. And that's something too. You already know she about to be paid. But she gonna be taken care of anyways. Cause like me and my friend said, everybody love their mama. It's always the daddy. People just be like,
Hey.
What?
We like Dale Curry though.
What do you like about him?
I don't know. He shot that 1-3 at one time.
Right, and that's something too. If you guys don't know, he was a professional basketball player.
I'm not big on basketball, so I didn't even know he played basketball. I was like, who's old nigga shooting like that? Oh, that's the
No, but while we're in sports, you guys, Sha'Carri Richardson did not do so well this weekend. And it really, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Who was that?
She's a black athlete that's from Oak Cliff, Texas. And she ran in the Olympics, but she kind of got banned for her substance abuse.
Smoking weed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I don't see why people was upset with that.
I mean, we have the clip from the race.
Where?
But I think, we're going to show it right now.
All these 10-7s never happened before in history.
Women's 100. And a good start for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Thompson, hurrah! Richardson being left behind, and out in front, the Olympic champion does it again.
Oh, baby.
Wait. Was she the blonde for real?
Yeah, she was. She placed 9th. That's what she said. Only way from 9th is up. And I'm with you, baby girl. I'm a true and huge fan of her. Mainly because she's from Dallas. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really into track and field like that. So she was probably the only person I was watching in track and field. She placed 9th in the 100 meter. And it sucks because everybody's rooting for her. But what I do not like about black people, y'all switch up game be so quick, boy. Y'all will root for somebody, and then as soon as they don't do good to your liking, y'all be ready. Y'all be so ready to just cancel them. And everybody's like, she needs to be humble. I hate that. I hate when people say somebody needs to be humble.
But she was humble during all that.
She was. That's my thing. The girl admitted she took accountability and she dealt with her punishment and did not cry about it.
Nah, she didn't.
So I'm not understanding how humble can one be. And then on top of that, this girl is dealing with the loss of her mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I honestly, and I told my granny this too, I would not have even ran. Like, I honestly would have just been like, I got too much personal stuff going on, and I'm just going to have to sit this one out until I'm mentally in a place. And we seen this with Simone Biles. She stepped down because mental health is really big right now. And that's something that I hate about our community. Everybody's saying so quick to judge her and down her after losing, but nobody's really checking on her. And at the end of the day, this is still a kid. I don't care how you want to cut it and chop it up. She's still a kid. She's a kid, and she's finding her way. And I'm rooting for you, girl. 9th place is still good because you was running in the Olympics. So
Yeah.
F them. Like, and
I mean, she ran faster than I would.
do you hear me?
Yeah, she ran.
Because I bet if we had to go outside right now and run,
Smoke alone. I just wish she would have did something with that hair.
I mean, that's her style. And if you remember FloJo, that was her style. She, you know, she had her own style on the track. And that's something too. We got to accept people for who they are, not what we want them to be. Word.
I don't know. It just seemed like the hair was.
Word. What was wrong with it? It was blonde. You do know that there are black people that grow blonde hair. I'm just saying, this is that. I do hair, so I know it's black clients out there that have natural blonde hair, natural red hair, natural, like it's real.
Okay.
Stop being one-sided.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Segue.
Word. No, but we are definitely back on the topic of, can you be pro-black and date outside the black race? Why or why not? Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I first posed the question, I was adamant that you could not. And I'm kind of still on that side of things, because the reality of it is what is pro-black to you? Like, what does pro-black mean to you, Marcus?
Pro-black to me is just being happy with this the skin color I'm in and the skin that I'm in.
Black and proud.
Yeah, I'm proud where I'm from, proud of my culture. Hold my culture accountable also, because there's a lot of pro-black people that don't hold our culture accountable for the things that goes on.
Like who?
I don't know, you have friends and stuff, and other celebrities and stuff.
Very, very true.
So yeah, and I do believe you can be pro-black and date someone outside of your race.
So
and I just feel that almost borderline, could be a little borderline racist there, you ask me.
Borderline racist about what?
Like,
because I want to preserve the black culture?
That's okay. That's not saying that's not saying that you don't want to preserve the black culture. If I say that
actions and words are two different things. We cannot talk the talk without walking the walk. And so for me, being pro-black is a lifestyle that encourages the economic growth and development of the black people as a whole, with the purpose of increasing the wealth and population of black people around the world. So spending your black dollars in the black community, that is definitely pro-black. Not allowing the community to get gentrified, that's pro-black. And we're seeing a lot of that in Dallas right now. If you're in South Dallas and Oak Cliff.
Because they're selling their homes. They're the ones selling their homes, right?
No, these are abandoned homes that no one ever came in and cleaned up to even buy. So, and that's something too. I really want our people to learn about their environment and buy back their environment in the community. Because my grandfather and grandmother and they bought a house in South Dallas a few years back for $10,000. I can't even tell you what that house is probably worth now. But that is the issue. And then going to what he said, holding the black community accountable. In South Dallas and Oak Cliff, y'all, when we start getting these properties in these homes, stop tearing up the community. Stop letting your kids tear up the damn houses. Stop allowing your kids to hang outside doing dumb stuff in front of the property, bringing the property value down. That is how we hold our community accountable. Putting police officers that look like our community is also holding our community accountable. So that way that they form a relationship with the community and they uphold the standard of the community.
So how can you... So how can you not be pro-black? Okay, so if I support all these things and I date someone outside of my race, that disqualifies me for being pro-black now?
It doesn't disqualify you, but the real question that follows that is, when you're dating outside your race, how often are you pushing these issues and for your partner to understand? And when it's time to choose a side, what side do they riding on? Because I've seen a lot of division, and we've had it be vocalized during Trump's administration, where we've seen a lot of interracial couples really start breaking up because they started learning that their partners are only pro-black for them and not for us. And so that's the question, especially as a black man that dates outside his race. how accountable are you holding your partner for learning your culture and understanding it and understanding what bothers you and understanding that we in fact are up against police brutality and understanding that we are in fact have our own differences and things that we're trying to fix and we're trying to adjust? Because it would be the same issue I have with the gay community. And you know, they've come a long way, they've gotten a lot of their rights, but instead of using their clout to help black people, especially the gay black people, using their clout to push black issues, it's like, oh, well, because there is no way we should still be dealing with issues that we've dealt with and that our parents and their parents dealt with. If we have pro-black people dating people that understand the black culture. Because you just said it. At this point, it is very mixed. So why do we still have the issue of racism?
I mean, well, we're always going to have racism in the world.
I mean,
we're never going to eradicate racism from anywhere. We're humans, okay?
Yeah, but my question is, if we are in these if we're pro-black people and we're dating these people of other races, why do we still have a lot of the same issues?
A lot of the same issues as in
the community issues, as far as police brutality and other things dealing with the black culture.
Because that's just the
because I guess my question would be more
that
so
right there comes to the black community have to do something and come together.
But no, my thing is,
I could date outside of my race, and I also could still give back to my community.
Well, my thing is, so when you were dating outside your race, how often were you involved in your community?
Well, I was in Canada.
No, but I'm saying, but still, I'm sure there's black people in Canada.
Wait.
So there's no excuse. And that's my thing. Once you start dating outside your race, you don't even look at the black race no more because you honestly feel that you're now attached to this.
That is not true, because a couple of years ago, I've dated. I was dating someone outside of my race, and I had an art show in my community. I had an art show in my community. She came to the show, so. I don't understand.
But again, she came to the show for you. How many issues, when we were dealing with a lot of those black issues, how many issues did she speak on? How many issues came across the bedroom in pillow talk where you all was like, okay, that's really messed up.
Okay.
Like, is there anything we can do in Canada about that? That doesn't happen because a lot of times, like I said, especially with black men, when they're dating outside their race, you honestly forget about the black race. Because I feel that sometimes you date outside your race to escape black issues.
No, I don't do that. And
that's my question. So how many black issues did you really head on?
Of course we talk about black issues. I let her know what's, I just let her know what goes on in the black community, how we're raised. And she also used to let me know how she grew up. You know, it's crazy that, people grow up from different areas and their backgrounds and you just find a common ground with each other. And that's okay. And honestly, I feel it's good to talk about other issues about your culture with the other race if that's your partner, so they can understand what we're going through.
Exactly.
I used to, one personal thing, I used to date someone. She said, you're not capable of doing this, whatever. And I used to tell her, hey, I don't need to hear that, because in the outside we already think that I'm not capable. I don't need my woman to tell me.
And so my thing would be too, also in something new, there was something that was a huge issue for Sanaa Lathan and the guy that she played, she was dating in the movie. It kept coming up as her complaining because of her black lifestyle. And we all know that there is a difference. There is a difference in all things. And that's something me and my granny always laugh about, because at the end of the day, there's a lot we can learn from every culture, and there's a lot that every culture obviously takes from us. So I'm still going to stand on the fact that I don't think that you can be pro-black and date outside your race, because, again, my thing is...
Why?
I just said why. Because you're not preserving the black culture. One, because you're not putting the black family first. You're not with a black woman, so you're not preserving black dollars. Anything that you spend in that household is going to go to their community. A part of being pro-black is making sure that our dollars go back to our community. A part of being pro-black is making sure that you create a black family. If you're not with a black woman, you cannot create a black family and instill black values, because now, like you just said, you're going to have to mesh your values with their values, and a lot of time their values are going to trump our values.
I mean,
I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. Now, because I like to play devil's advocate, the one drop rule is what helps a lot of black men, because Kanye West said it. When you get your white girl and you impregnate her, you going to make a black baby. Now, what you do with your child is going to determine, again, how pro-black you really are. I'll use the hit show All American. If you guys missed it, I think it was episode 12, right? Season 3 count that your song Tap In is on there. So check that episode out first, but also check out the show, because it's a great show that shows diversity and cultural, because Taye Diggs' character is married to a white woman. And in the first season, it showed his son along with Spencer James, who is from the black community. His son is from the Beverly Hills community. And it showed them getting pulled over by the police. And when his son, mind you, the son's mother is white and she is the DA. So when he got out the car, he was ready to question the police, just as they do. But we, being black, no, we can't do that. Because even when we do comply, the first thing that people say in our videos is they should have just listened to the police, even though the police is violating all of our rights. So that is, and Spencer James asked him, he asked Taye Diggs' character, you never had to talk with him. And Taye Diggs' thing was, I didn't think I needed to. And that is what I mean by when black men date white women, they are escaping their black cultural issues. And I'm saying that with that type of proof.
I don't believe that, because
I do.
I don't believe that, because as a black man, you're always going to be surrounded by your culture. You're always going to be aware. You're always going to be aware, and somehow it's always going to affect you. So
at some degree, I do agree with that.
There's no escaping, black issues. But just there's never escaping black issues, because you're a black man. You're never going to escape it.
Yeah, but you can also be a black man and not be pro-black. So we're going to see if we can take a commercial break, you guys. And when we come back, we're going to have our motivational moment, and we'll be ending our show. But keep it locked and stay tapped in.
Oh the edge of your capability. You gotta live where you're almost certain you're gonna fail. That's the reason for practice. Practice is controlled failure. You're getting to your limit, getting to your limit, getting to your limit. You can't lift that, you can't do that, until you get to the point that all of a sudden your body makes the adjustment, and then you can do it. Failure actually helps you to recognize the areas where you need to evolve. So fail early, fail often, fail forward.
One thing, through every dark night, there's a bright day after that. So no matter how hard it get, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and handle it. Remember one thing.
Yeah. All right, you guys, that was my motivational video that I made. As you guys can see, that was Jada Pinkett's Babies, and I'm just playing. But that was a clip from Will Smith mixed with Tupac Shakur.
I just got that.
I wanted to put that clip together because it was about failure and overcoming it. And I want to definitely send some love to my baby girl, Sha'Carri Richardson, and anybody else that's trying to overcome failure right now. The scripture that I'm going to give you is 2 Corinthians 4:9. We are persecuted, but God does not leave us. We are not hurt. We are hurt sometimes, but we are not destroyed. And that is something that you have to remember as you continue through this thing called life, that we may be hurt and we may get knocked down. But like she said, the only thing you can do from 9th place is gone up. And that's what we want to keep doing, you guys. Again, I'm your host, The Catherine Williams. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Catherine Williams. I'm also on Snapchat. If you guys want some fun stuff to watch, then follow me on Snapchat at The Catherine Williams. And also check out my hair page at TCWE_stylist. And you can find me on Facebook at The Catherine Williams. Again, we got my boy Marcus Young.
Yep. It was fun.
It was. Y'all, Marcus was so nervous. And I was just like telling him.
I wasn't.
He was nervous.
No,
he was
I
so
wasn't
nervous.
too nervous.
He was very nervous, y'all. He was in the hallway looking like he was going through some life stuff.
Why are you? So that's how we just gonna do today.
That's how we gonna do it.
All right,
I'm
so
glad
next
you
time I
guys
come
could
back
tap in. I'm your host, Catherine Williams, and be back next week,
wasn't
same
nervous.
time, 9 p.m. A conversation versus controversy. Thank my engineer, Mr. Calvin. Thank Blex Entertainment. Make sure you guys are following them. Y'all, we got everything Blex. We got Blex Records, Blex Entertainment, Blex Media, Blex. Just find it and follow it. Y'all, we probably have some shows coming up, so make sure you are following so you can be a part of the shows. But we'll be back same time next week, 9 p.m. I'm your host again, the Catherine Williams, A Conversation versus Controversy, and we're out.